You know what no one can adequately prepare you for? Starting over late in life, building a whole new set of friends, dating again, living somewhere completely new, all that jazz, really. If someone had said to me 20 years ago, when you are in your 50s, you will be on your own, I'd have been like, what the hell are you talking about? That's crazy talk. But yet here I am. And this is not Let's Have a Karma Pity Party, because my life is pretty damn awesome. Seriously, people have said to me, I wish I had your life. So I am just grateful as hell for all that I have. But I gotta tell you, some days I'm like, man, this did not go as I was expecting. So I'm sure there's plenty of you on here in the exact same boat. So what are you doing on the weekends when everyone is paired up and you're just the lone wolf? Let me know.
There is something that is deeply hilarious about women who get to this age and then they jump on the internet and have to let everybody know that their life is so much different now. It's difficult. They have to make friends. They have to start their life over at 50 years of age, because the thing is that so many of these women, they're starting over because they decided to divorce their husbands. Guys, I mean, the statistics don't lie, okay? In the overwhelming majority of cases, what is happening here is these women are leaving their husbands, they're leaving their long-term relationships and their families behind, and then they are turning around and complaining that they feel lonely now, or that dating is difficult for them, or that they didn't expect to be single, right? Because when they break up with these dudes, oftentimes they think that they have another guy ready to go, but it turns out they're just single and nobody wants to date them. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And before we jump into today's cringe of older women who are returning to dating after divorce, just wanted to put out a quick reminder that we are opening back up recruitment for Fiend Gang. So guys, if you are interested in assisting me in covering some of these, this cringe, you would like me to not lose my hair as rapidly, make sure you check out that link in the video description if you're interested. I don't know how long we will be leaving it open for, but make sure you check it out and get your applications in if you are interested in that. But speaking of actually being completely disinterested, this is another woman who I believe is a dating coach who is over the age of 50 and she's divorced. So we have some more hilarious content to cover. Let's just jump right in. Also, today's video is made by Ministry of Masculinity. I'm going to link his channel as well, but let's jump in.
Hey, I wanted to hop on here real quick and just respond to this to send some encouragement this morning out. Those of us who are in our 50s, divorced, and our children are emergency contact. And Christy said she's 54, divorced, and her only daughter's leaving for college in 20 days. I want to encourage Christy and all the moms out there who are divorced and their children are going off to college. I want to say I understand, and I feel like I understand in colossal ways. 2018, a youngest son turned 17. 4 days later, passed away. And 1 month later, my middle son, who was 18, graduated high school, moved away. My oldest son, who was 19, already graduated the year before, and he had moved out. And so all of a sudden, I went from being a mom to an empty nester, single and divorced.
Yeah, so first of all, incredibly sad that one of her children passed away, guys. I don't find that particularly funny at all. But with these videos, I want you to notice how it's always framed like, oh wow, they just magically ended up divorced, right? It's not their fault at all. They didn't initiate it. They didn't ask for it. They didn't separate the man from his kids or try and go after his assets, which in a lot of cases, guys, the reason why these women have a comfortable life is because oftentimes they're taking the dude's houses, right? I'm not saying this happens in every case, guys, but, in a lot of these instances, you have these women who divorce their husbands. They claim that they love him, right? Till death do us part. They completely split the family up, and then they go on to live this quote-unquote comfortable life, even though they complain about being lonely the whole time, because they have a place to live, because they've taken the dude's house, or they've taken a large chunk of his income, taking things like child support, alimony, etc., things like this. which are just downright disgusting. Honestly, I would consider it theft at a certain point, and that point is giving money to her at all.
I just want to encourage you. You can do it. The good news is she's going to college. That's awesome for all of you out there. When your kids go off to college, it's so good. They're doing what they should be doing. They're growing up and they're moving on. So those of you who are out there who are like me, so now I'm 56. I live by myself. I absolutely love living by myself. I love my life. I'm living my best life. I'm showing others how to do the same.
Yeah, so what are we now? A dating coach? Right, this is the disgusting part about these videos. I mean, there are many disgusting parts about these videos. Who am I kidding? But there's just, it's something hilarious to me that these women, they divorce their husbands, they try and take his assets, they break up his families, and then they become like these online coaches. I have always found this to be incredibly insane, because why would women want to take advice from you when I wouldn't classify this woman as a successful wife. I wouldn't classify her as a successful mother. These things don't make sense to me, right? If you want to coach women on how to live a life like you, what is that? Your quote unquote best life? We all know what that translates for. That just basically means hedonism. Okay, which even at age 56, guys, it's so crazy. These women still have options with random dudes. But, you know, they just kind of struggle to get commitment. And that's usually what they're crying and complaining about, because dudes don't want to take them seriously. Your husband took you seriously because he loved you, right? And all of your ex-husbands, they loved you. That's why they were with you. But when these women return to the dating market and they realize that things are a lot more difficult now, I don't have any empathy, you know, because typically the husbands are with you because they love you. But when you come out here, good luck to you, madam. Good luck to you.
I want to have ladies retreat, get ladies like us together, show you how to live your best life and make the rest of your life the best of your life. I believe that my best years are ahead of me, but I believe more good years are coming. So I teach and show ladies how to make the rest of their life the best of their life, because that's exactly what I believe. Teach you to go on adventures. Follow your passion, follow your dreams. Think when you were a little girl, who did you dream of being? Because all those dreams are still inside of you. They've gotten set aside. You didn't die. They're still there. It's not too late because you're still alive. I believe those dreams and those desires, they didn't die. They only got set aside for a few decades, maybe. I
just want to point out, take a moment here to point out, guys, that I'm not the one that's putting in this inspirational music, this hype music in the background. Like, what is this, man? She's got hype, like Marvel music playing in the background. That is absolutely crazy here. But can you imagine, right? I'm not a father or anything. I'm not married because I don't want to screw myself over. You know, so I'm not married. I don't have kids. Okay. But can you imagine, this is a woman who has had kids and who has been married, and she's sitting here saying the best years of her life are ahead of her. Like, what about raising your kids? What about the day you got married, you know, your wedding day, or when you had your first child? The thing, like, it's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that these people think that living their best life, going out with random dudes and all of this kind of crap are the best years of their life. You know? Like, shouldn't the best years of your life have been the ones that you spent with your family, that you spent with your husband, things like this? But no, they're like, yeah, I'm going to return to the partying and I'm going to live the rest of my life for myself, and those are going to be my best years. It is insanely selfish to me. But let's continue into the next clip. What sucks about divorce? Let's jump in.
What really sucks about divorce, just driving along here thinking about my own divorce, is when you get screwed in your divorce settlement. Because that settlement is usually for life, and it has a long-lasting impacts on your life, and not only mentally, but financially. You can take a huge hit, whether you're a man or a woman, you can take a huge hit. And divorce is one of those things that really disrupts building wealth.
Okay, let's cut the crap here, since we're going down this path here, madam. Typically speaking, women are not the ones getting screwed over. The men are actually the ones getting screwed over. And let me tell you why. Typically when women enter into marriages, and not always, but before I get the all police come to my channel, okay, you'll have people say, well, actually, you'll have, like, you know, Margaret come in the comments and she'll say, oh, but Taylor, my situation's different. That's nice, Margaret, settle down, all right? But in the majority of instances, men are the ones getting screwed over because women are selecting dudes who make more money than them, right? When women are looking for dudes to marry for long-term relationships and things like this, they're looking at the men who have finances, okay? So typically, when you get to the divorce courts, the dudes are the ones getting screwed over because they're the ones who are making more money typically, okay? So we're not going to go down this road, all right? She's saying how she got screwed over in the divorce settlement. I mean, welcome to the men's world. What do you want, a medal? Okay, like this has been going on for men for a very, very long time. And I actually think a lot of these women don't get screwed over in the divorce settlement. They just feel like they do. You know, like the dude will lose like his house, and she'll be like, man, I just needed a bit more child support. You know, like get out of here, bro.
Well, so if you're contemplating divorce or you're on the receiving end of divorce and just getting started, it's so important to make sure you protect yourself from the financial fallout of divorce and to make sure that you make the right decisions, because they're decisions that impact you and your family and potentially your kids for the rest of your life. And you
I'd be interested to know if this woman is just salty about not receiving the house. Usually when we see videos like this, now guys, I don't know her particular situation. Maybe she's a millionaire and maybe the dude took half. Don't really care. This happens to men all the time. Maybe he was a couch potato. This woman ran, you know, she's the CEO of a tech company. Who the hell knows? Right? A bit of a stretch here, but you see what I'm saying, okay? I don't really care because this is something that happens to men all of the damn time. Second of all, I don't really believe it's the case. Usually when women are crying like this, it's because they haven't got the crap that they wanted from the dude. Right? They didn't get the payout that they wanted. They didn't get the house in the end, even though the man paid the deposit and he's been paying the majority of the rent the majority of the time. Right? You see where I'm going with this, guys? Like, so many of these situations are really just, she didn't walk away from the house, so now we're crying. She didn't walk away from the marriage with a house, so now we're crying and complaining about it. I don't know if that's the exact situation here, but usually that's what it is.
should never accept a settlement that isn't fair to you. If you'd like access to my free divorce checklist, you can go check that out in the links in my bio. And then very important is after your divorce, you need to make sure that you get your financial shit together so that you know how you can be happier, healthier, and wealthier in this new single life.
So now, is this like a new niche, guys, that we've discovered here on this channel over the past like bunch of TikToks that we've been covering here? Divorce coaches? What is it with these women? It happened with the last one as well, right? They get divorced and then they try and become like these coach, even though they're clearly miserable, they're clearly lonely, they're clearly not happy. They become coaches of a kind, right? Check out my checklist, guys, and you know, buy my course or whatever the case may be. And again, guys, I'm not against course selling. Okay, I really don't give a crap what people buy. It's none of my business. It really absolutely isn't. What matters to me is if people are getting the right information. You know, like, why would women want to take life advice or certain kinds of advice from these women? I don't know. I don't understand it at all. I don't want divorce advice from some woman who is divorced, didn't get what she wanted, right? Typically you would go to, I don't know, a lawyer, but hey, what do I know?
And I can connect you to resources that can help you be happier, healthier, and wealthier now and after divorce.
The number one mistake I made after
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
might wonder why and how I knew this. Well, I've had a lot of therapy and I've done a lot of work on myself. I've done a lot of inner child work and things like that. I go to Al-Anon, like I do all the things, right? Like
I wonder if some of the work that she's describing that she's done on herself is plastic surgery and lip filler. This is a woman who's dating over the age of 50. Every time I hear the phrase dating over 50, it just brings on a migraine and a headache. I have to start, sitting here and rubbing my eyes, guys, because this is something that just shouldn't be done. What do you mean dating after 50? Like, let's just call it for what it is. You're hooking up over the age of 50, okay? You're not dating. Dating is something that should have been done while you're in your 20s. A very, very, very easy thing to do. Hell, you could get it done by the time you're 19. You could find your childhood sweetheart and that crap would be over. Women being over the age of 50 and still not having a life partner is like, a millionaire who still has nowhere to live. A guy who's got like 300 million in the bank and he still has nowhere to live. It's like, you got to choose a place to live at some point. Really not that damn difficult. You have $300 million. It's the same thing with women. What are you doing dating at 50?
Literally, I do a lot of healing. And so I thought like, oh, I'm good. I'm totally ready. I can totally start dating. Well, here's how I knew I wasn't ready. Because I started dating and then I got into a situationship with a guy who wasn't good for me. I knew he wasn't good for me from the very beginning. I saw red flags, like literally after the first date. During the first date, I saw red flags.
Yeah, I mean, this is just modern women in a nutshell, isn't it? You go out there dating, there are red flags. Also, these are some nice car seats here. What do we think, guys? Do we think this is the ex-husband's car? I think there's a good chance it's the ex-husband's car. I mean, this is just modern women in a nutshell, isn't it? She saw all of the red flags. She knows not to date him. But what does she do, guys? Of course, she goes out there and she dates him. A lot of people think that I'm, excuse me here, think that I'm just making up this stuff on my channel, right? That women are just attracted to red flags and they go out there and they chase bad boys. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. You don't have to believe me at all. Just listen to what women say. If you go out there and you ask the average woman what dating is like, and what her dating history is like has she been struggling and things like this, I mean, they'll tell you. What was your ex-boyfriend like? Or what was the last guy you were talking with? How did that go? And she'll give you a story like this. Oh, he sucked. And ask her, did he have a lot of red flags? Oh, yeah, he had so many red flags. How long did you see him for? 6 months. Were you guys in a relationship? Not really. Like, it's so ridiculous, man. This woman's over 50 and still doing the same crap. I'm telling you, so many of them are just children, really.
Got into a situationship with a guy who wasn't good for me. I knew he wasn't good for me from the very beginning. I saw red flags, like literally after the first date. During the first date, I saw red flags. And so I basically sort of entertained him for longer than I should have.
Yeah, right. So you had bedroom fun with him for quite a while.
Definitely stayed in this situationship type of deal well past its expiration date.
Yeah. I always find it funny when women are like, I've seen questions float around on TikTok and things like this, right, on these stupid videos. And people are discussing how long should the talking stage last, right? These talking stages, these situationships, shouldn't even be a thing if you're looking for a successful relationship. What do you mean talking phase? These people are so clueless, man. Just stick to your hedonism, right? It's the only thing you're good at. It's so crazy to me. Oh yeah, we were in the talking stage for 2 months, but that 2-month period, that 2-month milestone came up, so I had to stop talking to him because I didn't get a relationship after 2 months. I have some words, guys, that I would say about the intelligence of these people, but I would just get banned off of YouTube. It's crazy.
And so that's how I knew I needed to back off. I needed to cut it off with him. My recommendation when you're wanting to cut it off with someone is basically block them and follow them on social media. Don't let them follow you on social media. Like literally cut it clean, because you don't need to have any of that distraction. So what I really need to do is look inside of myself and be like, why am I even entertaining a guy that's remotely not treating me the way I deserve to be treated? I just got out of a long-term marriage where the guy wasn't treating me the way I deserve to be treated.
I tell you what, I am so sick of hearing this word. I deserve to be treated a certain way. I don't think I've ever, guys, I'm just thinking back through, I don't think I've ever heard a dude say, make a video like this and say, I deserve to be treated X way. It's always only the crazy women, I'm telling you. I don't think I've seen a dude throw around the D word, the deserve word, so liberally as these liberal women on TikTok. It is so crazy. So 50 years of age, stuck in situationships, right? Apparently her husband didn't treat her the way she deserved to be treated. Again, just looking at these car seats, guys, probably the dude's car, honestly. But you know, I wonder who paid for all the cosmetic surgery and the healing, quote unquote, that you've been doing there, madam. Right? Craziness.
Remotely, not treating me the way I deserve to be treated. I just got out of a long-term marriage where the guy wasn't treating me the way I deserve to be treated. So I'm not about to do that again. So when we haven't learned our lesson and when we haven't fully healed, we will continue to pick the same types of men because we're continuing to heal that childhood wound that maybe still needs to be healed. I had thought.
This is a lot of word salad for I found the man attractive, so I wanted to get in bed with him. This is a lot of words that I really don't care about, that really detract from what's happening here. This woman is going on to us, guys, about childhood healing and trauma and all of this kind of crap, but let me just translate this. You hooked up with the dude a bunch of times because he was attractive. He didn't want anything to do with you romantically, so you eventually thought it was a good idea to cut him off. And we all know that you'll return to him at some point. Like, guys, let's cut the nonsense. It has nothing to do with trauma and childhood healing and all of this nonsense that she's rambling on about here. You just found the dude attractive on social media, so you went with him, and you couldn't get a relationship. It is what it is. Women like to say, like, I don't know why I was with this guy, but there is always a really rational and logical reason why. It's either typically he's physically attractive, or he has a lot of resources, or a combination of the two. Right? That's just the way it is.
Thought I'd healed it. Of course, we're never fully healed, but I definitely needed to still do some work on my inner child wound of not feeling good enough and not really choosing myself, not feeling chosen when I was a child. So then I'm going to pick guys that don't choose me either, and so anyways, that's my little tip. If you're recently divorced and you're wondering, like, am I ready to date or am I not ready to date? I would give yourself at least 1 year and really work on yourself. Look look deep inside, pay attention to your childhood wounds, do lots of journaling and meditating, see a therapist, because it really will make a difference. And so that is my recommendation.
I wonder how much money these therapists are making off of these women. It must be absolute bank, right? If you're a therapist and you get a woman like this into your office and she speaks for a minute, you must be just thinking of dollar signs the entire time. Am I wrong? Because these women are so damn clueless. This woman is in her 50s talking about healing your inner child. What are you doing? This is absolutely insane to me. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's train wreck of an episode right there. As always, don't forget to check out Ministry of Masculinity for putting together today's cringe for us to take a look at. And guys, if you're interested in becoming a Fiend Gang content creator, wow, these women look terrifying. If you're interested in becoming a Fiend Gang content creator, don't forget to check out the link in the video description. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.